Welcome to another beer line modeler video, and the first on this channel where we're going to do a product review. Here in the camera you can see a pair of the new tangent scale models, Pennsylvania Railroad Samuel Ray Shops G41A Coil steel gondola. This is a 39-foot car with extended draft gear. The two models in front of you on the left, we have a Pennsylvania Railroad, as you would have seen out of the shops, and on the right is a Conrail repaint from 1976. And a brief history on these cars. Coil steel production was taking off in the 1960s, and the railroads needed a car to haul this type of specialized load. So the Pensy's Samuel Ray Shops came up with the G41 Coil steel gon in 1965. Then came modifications into the G41A that you see in front of you, built from 66 to 68. This car had 6 traverse trowels, as you can see here, of varying sizes to handle different size of coil diameters. The cars initially included hoods. As you can see, I have them on the Conrail car here and still setting off on the Pennsy car here. In 1990s, Conrail heavily modified these cars, especially with the removal of the walkway supports and hood alignment guides. And in 2000, Norfolk Southern also heavily rebuilt the cars from 6 to 5 internal trowels to handle larger diameter coils. So the really nice thing about this model is that it can be used from 1966 all the way up into 2000, and that really covers the Pennsylvania, the Penn Central, Conrail, and Norfolk Southern. So you've got a lot of different eras to use this car. A little bit about the model. These are really nice models, typical of Tangent. They have all the details. We're going to flip him over here so you can see everything underneath, all the hardware. And this, by the way, this bottom part of the car is all metal. It is steel. The car weighs, with the hoods on it, 5.1 ounces. And that is as much as some of my 40-foot and 50-foot cars on my beer line weigh. These cars track extremely well. They switch extremely well. So if you got a steel mill with a lot of turnouts and complicated trackage, these cars will track through them extremely nicely. They come with KD 158 couplers, so the semi-scale couplers. I would clip off the trip pins simply because you have all the end detail, such as the cut bar, which is really standard on all Tangent models, as well as the air hose or brake line. I would take that brake line and paint it a grimy black, so like a rubber, and then collar, and then the tip there, the glad hand with a touch of silver. That'll really make that detail pop nicely. They have the rotating roller bearing caps. Again, anymore a standard feature on Tangent cars. All the detail, I mean, it's just, I can go on and on about the detail, how finely molded it is, the guides for the hoods. Looking here on the brake end, you can see you got your chain. The chain is just so finely molded. All of the grabs and ladders and wires and braces, it's all there. You have printing inside the trowels, so as you can close in a bit here, you can see where you have trowel number 1, you have trowel number 2 and number 3, so they're numbered all the way through 6, which I think is a pretty cool touch. The cars retail for, I just always round it up, they retail for $59 a piece. So yes, they're a little pricey, but in my opinion, this is brass level detail that you would have on a freight car. You're not going to get it any better. And you're especially not going to get trucks of this quality where the car rolls so nicely. So let's take a specific look at the Conrail car. This is the 76 repaint. So if you're modeling the first half of the Conrail era, this is the paint scheme you would be wanting. You have the small can opener on the hoods. You have all of your stencil data lube information and such. You have your G41A designation along with the small can opener here. You got your barcode reader. Looks like we have a rebuild date of November of '76. All the stenciling on the car is legible. I'm going to zero in a little closer here, so bear with me. So let me look at the cut bar, look at that detail, and look how fine that is. As I mentioned before, this is brass quality, in my opinion, for a fraction of the price for brass. Again, as I've noted before, I would definitely paint these air hoses. I would paint this part that they have black, a grimy black, and then paint the tips silver, especially if you're not going to weather the car. Although I think all cars should be weathered, especially cars like this. You can also see some of the stenciling inside the end right here. Turn around the other side, it's all pretty much the same. Again, you have your rotating bearing caps. Really kind of becoming an industry standard with a lot of manufacturers anymore. So now let's look specifically at the Pennsy car. I got the Pennsy car for myself because this is a great modern 1960s era car. And of course my favorite era is the late 1960s. Kind of late as you can go. Even into 1970 I like to go just before Amtrak. Again, you have your G41A designation right there. You have your new build date, January of '66. You have all your other information, your capacity and weight limits. You have all our other information in here as well. Also comes equipped with the rotating bearing caps. Has the same type of cut bar as we saw on the Conrail car. I do love those cut bars. Boy, those are just neat. Around the other side, a lot of the same thing. So now, what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and install the hoods. Something that kind of caught me when I first got these out of the box. You'll notice that we've got these yellow guides here, and on the hood, you can see we've got these yellow tabs right there and there. Same on the other side. So when you're putting these hoods on, you really want to take care, because it is fragile. You want to get those down inside. Okay, looking a bit more here. You want to get those tabs and just set it down in there. And I set one side on and get it all the way down, and then the other side will pop down on as well. Same with the other one here. Let's scoot the car over. All down nice and tight. Really is just an absolutely perfect fit. And see, those are all nicely and perfectly aligned. So there you have it. Some very nice models, which is anymore is what we don't expect anything less from Tangent. They make incredible models, and these are no different. You may be wondering why I bought a Conrail model. My son is a Conrail fan and modeler, hence the patch switcher and the Conrail transfer caboose, of course former New York Central Heritage. So I got the Conrail one for my son and the Pennsy car for myself. And these, the Pennsy car will be a future weathering project with that I will do a video of. I need to do a little bit more research before I get into that. But thank you for joining me in my first product review. And we'll definitely be having more of these as whenever I acquire new products and new cars. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Feel free to comment, make suggestions, or ask questions. And subscribe if you aren't yet. Next video, which will be next week, we'll be doing the second part of the series on the Tangent Penn Central Gon, and that will be a very grubby weathering session. We will really bring out the Penn Central in that gondola, so please make sure to tune in for that. That's where we will really add the majority of the character to that model, and it will be definitely worth your time to watch. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.